This was a tale of two teams. Let's be frank, the Olympus Bolts have sucked this season. Having been one of the stronger teams last year, this year they've just been asleep at the wheel.
Specifically the Bolts, they've been on a bit of a slump recently, having to deal with some roster changes. I expect them to be able to jump out of that, but it's a question of how long is that going to take? Are we going to see it today? Are they going to be able to reprise their win up against the Oni Warriors? Because as we get closer and closer to Worlds, every single match starts to matter a little bit more. You need to start getting into gear. And the Olympus Bolts, a team that have got a ton of fans, would love to see them get into gear.
Whereas the Oni Warriors have suddenly realized, hey, we're kind of good.
The Oni Warriors are a multifaceted team right now. It really does just feel like things have lined up for them as we start to approach closer and closer to Worlds. The Oni Warriors are certainly a threat in the league right now, and I'll be keeping my eyes on them.
They've been in insane form all split long, but they have never beaten the Bolts in a regular season set ever since the teams were made. Game 1 was absolutely dominant from the Onis.
And the Oni Warriors have called them at every turn. There is simply too much damage and too much gold in the back pocket of the Oni Warriors, who take game number 1. The Oni Warriors just look stronger here in game number 1. Can the Oni Warriors beat the Olympus Bolts during the regular season? We'll find out if they can get it done in game number 2.
Let's see what game 2 had in store. But first, ad time. If you're anything like me, you've probably got the posture of a shrimp with long-term back problems, so I was ruddy thrilled when FlexiSpot reached out to sort me out with a standing desk. Just look how excited I am. You've probably heard a ton recently about how sitting is the worst thing ever for you, so a standing desk gives you a nice way to mix things up during a long session of hitting those cues. FlexiSpot even let me pick the colours of the desk and the top, and I've gone for the grey top with the white legs, which is a thing of beauty if you're into desks. And I even managed to put it together myself. Look, there I go, until I nearly crippled myself. It's definitely a two-person job, but I managed it by myself, so if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Oh yes, look at it go. Now let's run through the features because it's got a lot. It goes from 60 to 125 centimeters high, which is far more than a tiny boy like me ever needs. Look, there I am standing away, not even close to the top. It has a snazzy touch panel with memory settings, so you can automatically put the desk at a height that suits you, which is so much better than trying to remember the right heights each time. You can pick the color of your legs and the countertop, as well as the size, and you can get hella accessories, including a desk bike. I don't know, but I got the grey top, 140 centimeters by 70, and it was packed up nicely, no scratches, what you like to see. It's rated to carry up to 125 kilograms, which means that it could probably carry 2 of me, but I'm not going to test that. And it also has anti-squishing sensors, so if it hits anything on the way up or down, it stops. So it won't crush any children, pets, man-children, anything in the surrounding area. Frankly, what more could you want? But Dan, I hear you say, standing desks are too expensive. Well, if only FlexiSpot were about to have their big Black Friday sale. Oh wait, they are. Starting 24th November, you can get up to 31% off, which is at least 1% more than 30. Or you could instead join the E8 pre-order event and get a discount code for 130 quid off an E8 desk. How ruddy exciting. Links in the description, and thanks again to FlexiSpot for sponsoring. On with the video.
Can the Bolts bounce back in game number 2, or are the Oni Warriors going to find that first regular season win up against them? To find out, we got to jump into game number 2 with Dulcin and Trelly.
That's right, the Oni Warriors would love to begin their run-up to the Smite World Championships here at the back end of phase number 3 with a 2-0 win over the Olympus Bolts.
The Bolts should be sitting fine, but awesome Jake stuck between 3.
Oh no, is it Jake who gets caught out first? It sure is. Feeds down on Dardez. Yes, still some safety there. But my goodness, Cubo Fred hurts. That's an ult onto Barracuda and some assistance from Vote. Oni Warriors find another one. Baskin over into mid, and wouldn't you guess it, Phantom Shell used. And the Bolts find nothing, and it's the Oni Warriors who have suddenly turned it. Shell needed by the Bolts, and that'll help with the disengage. But my goodness, that nearly went all sorts of sideways for the Olympus Bolts, nearly dropping a kill in an odd-numbered fight.
Oh, never mind, who cares about that?
Whoa.
Barracuda, see ya later. Another
Man.
Sonic Boom.
On to Barra again.
But the gold is certainly in favor of the Oni Warriors.
Yeah, man, and the pressure and the
XP as
the
well.
state of the game, all of it there for the Oni Warriors.
Jake might be up and too far, but Basket actually blinks in here.
Uh-oh, Cubo Fred, is he in some trouble? He sure is gonna get chased down, but Sonic Boom puts him on the other side of the fight. The Aegis is perfect, and Cubo Fred lives. Vote now has turned around this fight, Is this the final straw for the Olympus Bolts already here in game 2? My goodness, you can't drop the kill onto the Mercury, much less give a double kill over to Vote. And now Nika can rev the engines, forcing back Vera and Ven.
I don't even know if it's Primal Fury. It seems to me like the Oni Warriors, they're heading over towards that Fire Giant. Here comes Baskin. He's tanky, but I don't know how much he can do here.
Need a miracle now if you're the Olympus Bolts. You need the Dream Steal. You'll have the combo if you're Baskin. Frozen by Neil, up and over, but it's a bit too early. Oh, no, it's not. It's right on time. Baskin steals away the FG. The Oni Warriors may be more delayed than anything, but they will not get the Fire Giant, and it was the spear. The leap was too early, but the spear right on time. The Bolts and Baskin steal away the Fire Giant.
And now the Olympus Bolts trying to grab the Primal Fury, but here comes Nika and Cubo trying to stop that one in its tracks. You gotta back up. That Fury should. Beautiful pillar to stop the old. Awesome Jake has not been able to land an ultimate. And Vote gets soloed by Lasbra over in right.
That's a shutdown. That's a big shutdown now for the Olympus Bolts in Lasbra. Suddenly the winds of change. They're blowing here in game number 2. It's a long hill to climb for the Olympus Bolts. But I even in a loss, this is what Bolts fans needed to see, I think, down the stretch here.
Cubo Fred actually behind the Bolts currently, but I guess so fast, not in too much danger. Beautiful blink, catches his dash. There's no way Cubo's making out of this one. Baskin caught the dash with the ultimate. That was so clean. Baskin actually top damage in the game currently on this Odin. Has been extremely clutch, stealing away the Fire Giant, catching Cubo out. Tier 1 tower is gone, and the Bolts are going up mid lane looking for this tier 2 as well. They got no fear in their hearts at the moment.
Awesome Jake sends his damage forward. It's a freeze now onto the Nox and just different pages from the Bolts. And Jake has had to make a play on his own, unable to stand strong. But that's big damage from Barracuda on the eruption back into the team fight. But Lasbra deleted. And the tables have been turned once again. A double kill from Vote. And the Oni Warriors watch their tower crumble, but they will watch it with 4 extra kills and a triple kill for Vote.
They don't need Fire Giant. Now the Oni Warriors are charging up mid lane. But what a back and forth game. All in the driver's seat once again are the Oni Warriors.
Now available has been used by the Bolts while the Oni Warriors double back for the FG. The Oni Warriors 10,000 gold ahead and a Deathbringer for Cubo Fred.
If the Bolts want to defend this Phoenix, they need to get active right now or at least try and kill that Trebuchet, but no one from the Bolts is stepping up here. I mean, this is clearly just a stall game for the Trebuchet to get this. They don't have to walk in. Finally, they will.
This is what Trebuchets were made for. True sieges, you know, back in the day, the Dark Ages. But you're going into a Fire Giant 12,000 gold down.
Yeah, Baskin's got to go back to base. The Fire Waves are beating away on the Titan. Someone's going to have to go back. I imagine the Oni Warriors know that, and they'll wave a Baskin getting picked out here immediately.
Oh, they'll send him back all right. They'll send him back the easy way, but Barracuda has found the first kill. What is happening? They're 12,000 gold down, and all the damage in the world is there for the Olympus Bolts. This is unbelievable. The Oni Warriors have lost 4, and back to base go the Bolts. What a turnaround here in game number 2.
He had 14,000. That was 5,000 damage from his ult alone in that team fight. Now Nika's here trying to perform the miracle steal onto the enhanced Fire Giant.
What in the world? Barracuda was promised to turn around, and the Bolts get the enhanced Fire Giant, and this gold lead is likely to shrink here over the next couple of minutes. Unreal, you can never give up on these players, and the Bolts, they have stepped forward, they have made the play, and they've given themselves a chance in game 2.
Yeah, it looks like Ven running it down mid lane might have enough time to grab that Phoenix with Cubo Fred spawning in 8 seconds with ultimate. I doubt that's going to be the call. Nika could be getting caught out here, going for the teleport. If the stun hits, not going to happen. This Osiris is going to be staggered, but eventually should fall down here, especially with Ven rotating into this fight. It's going to take a bit, but the rest of the Oni Warriors have spawned
Nika
in.
delay. No, he's going to get taken down. I was wondering if there was a chance for Nika. And suddenly, the scales tilt over towards the Olympus Bolts. Still down in gold, but up in map pressure. Left side Phoenix back from the Oni Warriors. This might be the biggest turnaround we've seen this year, but Cubo Fred is 101v1 over in mid. And the right side Phoenix of the Oni Warriors falls.
The Olympus Bolts feeling confident enough to push up for this one. Bracer goes down. That's going to help with the DPS. Good wall from Neil. Cut by Cubo.
Whoa! Vanu's found the first. A double freeze from the Oni Warriors, though, and Nilma has set the stage, and the actors take their place. 2 kills for the Oni Warriors. One on to Lasper earlier. Now Awesome Jake loses his FG buff. And Cubo Fred, MIA for 45. This is a testament to the Olympus Bolts and their mentality. You know, I'm thinking 5 minutes ago, this game is about as over gets. Right on time, Barracuda makes the big damage play. Oni Warriors, that gold lead, doesn't matter now. Bolts fans hoping, praying that this comeback now turns itself into a win. Team in need of end of year momentum and confidence. Nothing else have proven. There's plenty of fight left in this Olympus Bolts team. It also shows why the Oni Warriors haven't been able to cleanly get out of any sets against the Olympus Bolts in the regular season since the inception of these two teams. The Bolts will not make it easy. And now, Trelly, it simplifies. We got a Fire Giant dance, and we've got 6 Phoenixes up on the map.
As far as things are considered, the only real advantage is that one item on Awesome Jake's belt. But Neoma walks up, gets a freeze on event, but takes some damage.
Whoa, and it's Cubo Fred on the follow-up. The cage has been thrown, and Awesome Jake is the one deleted first. Up and over go the Oni Warriors. Barracuda on the fadeaway. Helps out Venenu. Is far from clean. 2 down aside. Ven shreds through for the double kill. And now it's Barracuda with room to play as well. And my God, the damage is huge. The Olympus Bolts, they've gotten 3. Baskin makes it a 4th. It's another one for Baskin, and it's a D-aside for the Bolts.
It's Baskin and Barracuda up for the rest of the time. They can walk through that weakened Phoenix, but I don't know how long Baskin can actually tank up. He's got teleport, though. Do they have a ward in hand? They do. Barracuda has a ward. Get this Phoenix. Baskin teleports back in, and that's GG. There's no way that Neoma gets back up and stops this. Baskin has to teleport, though. That's got to be the call.
Baskin
drop
jumps
the ward
out and away.
There's the ward. Get away from the minions,
though.
The minions,
oh,
Baskin.
No, the minions. They're going to stop Baskin. You've got to clear the minions.
He's got to tell.
Look at that. 15 seconds. It's 15 seconds. They got to go back. They got to leave. The minions make the difference. And the Oni Warriors have life yet. It's the right side Phoenix gone again. And again, it's just the right side Phoenix. And it's back to the enhanced Fire Giant. It's got to be an immediate pull here. But can Cubo, Fred, and Neoma now make their play to keep the Oni Warriors in the game?
Barracuda doesn't do that much damage. And here comes Nika immediately from the backline. Bear's taking a good bit of damage as well. And here comes that Osiris.
Oh my God, I'm scared. As Nika is tethered, or sends out the tether. And we will disengage a 5v5 again.
I don't know who feels more confident. I mean, it should be the Bullets. They've been riding the momentum of this game for so long, but they haven't been able to step up too far. Baskin has been playing incredibly well trying to frontline for this squad. And the damage charts you can see.
Barrett jumped up another like 12,000.
These ults have been massive. This is what the full burst soul build can do. It's insane. The Lasbra heading back to base.
What a ridiculous game this is.
Yeah, we're going to see a full-on reset. If you just joined in and you missed the first 30 minutes, the Oni Warriors were up like 12,000 gold about 20 minutes ago.
And a miracle team fight from Barracuda brought the Olympus Bolts back into this game. That Fire Giant push then went back and forth. And what a welcome sight for Olympus Bolts fans. The Bolts the ones stepping forward on the other side of the Fire Giant pit. And it begins. Fire Giant pulled by the Bolts. Wall thrown up by Neoma. The gauntlet's been thrown down. Awesome Jake now left alone. It's vote with the first. The Olympus Bolts still have some chance for burst damage. Fire Giant for the Oni Warriors.
Where's
Lord of the
Cubo?
Afterlife in from Nika. The cage down from Baskin. Barracuda being chopped away by the Osiris. Beads and Aegis used. Neoma deleted by Lasbra. Cubo Fred, he won't die. Lasbra nearly with a double, but Cubo Fred lives. The most important survival of the game so far. And it's Lasbra and Jake, the 2 casualties, and Neoma on the other side.
And that right side bird has spawned in as well. So we're back to 6 Phoenixes strong, but the Oni Warriors have the enhanced Fire Giant this time around.
Let's go another 18. Let's hit the hour mark. Why not? So now it's the Oni Warriors, the one pressing for maybe the win here. Enhanced Fire Giant, ultimately the difference maker this far into the game.
Finally, that mid Phoenix should be going down, but it looks like the Bolts are going to step up here. Vote takes some good
Or
damage.
if the Bolts just have to fight at some point. I mean, you're going to lose your mid lane Phoenix.
Yep. Oni minions on right as well.
Right, very close. Couple Oni minions left on right. Now Nika just continues being obnoxious, walks all the way over to the right side Phoenix. It's a perfect split push by the Oni Warriors. And it'll pay off here. One Phoenix left standing and one bastion of hope, maybe two if you count the Titan.
Nika is currently going for the end. Like, this man is just marching
huge
in
wave.
with the Oni Warriors. Doesn't even care at this point. Vendash is in. They're trying to pick Cubo. Good cage in, though.
Oh, 2 versus 3. Lasbrit's killed off Cubo. Nika, Lord of the Afterlife's away. 3 Phoenixes down. The game will not end now. But when will it end? Can the Bolts find more kills? Can you get enough of the Oni Warriors dead that you're considering a siege for yourselves? It's Nika and Cubo Fred off the map, and what can the Bolts get done is 5 versus 3.
I'm not leaving if I'm the Oni Warriors. There's no way I'm backing and trying to defend 5v3. I'm going for the end, but it looks like they feel confident enough. They're backing up. With 3 Phoenixes down, there's no shot you catch me at my Titan. I am barreling towards that Titan.
We're finding out just how antiperspirant this deodorant is on me right now. At 46 minutes, the Olympus Bolts with 3 Phoenixes down in a 5 versus 3 up against Neomot plus 2 carries. You couldn't write it up any better. Wall is thrown up from the Ymir. Mid lane Phoenix crumbles. Is this your only chance if you're the Olympus Bolts? 18 seconds left on Cubo Fred. And the Bolts looking for the initiation. Beads off of Dardes. The Fields of Love have been dropped. This is unbelievable. The Olympus Bolts now turn their eyes to the Titan. But the Oni Warriors, Dardes, vote they've stood tall but not tall enough. What a game and what a win for the Olympus Bolts.
I'm telling you, there's no way I'm back in there. That is so hard to keep your Titan alive versus 5. You don't even have to look for kills at that point. It was close. Beautiful cage in from Baskin. The damage was so clean. I cannot believe, Dave, that we're going to a game 3 in a situation like that. But you got to be happy if you're a Bolts fan.
That's one of the most unbelievable games of Smite I've watched in weeks. That had everything in it. Also, the antiperspirant. Not enough in a game like that. My goodness, we go to one more. Oni Warriors versus Olympus Bolts. The thrilling conclusion coming up next.
And to top it all off, the Bolts carried this form through to Game 3 and comfortably beat the Warriors. Which leaves us with just one question. Are the Bolts back?
Left side Phoenix still stands. Is it happening again? Is a team on defense gonna survive? No, Ven shreds down the Oni Warriors. A double kill for Venenu. Another 3-piece. Olympus Bolts, no one alive. And what a game, what a turnaround, and what a set. Olympus Bolts, they come out on top.